While some people may think that it's corny, Piggy has played a bigger role in my life than I could have originally anticipated. Back in 2020, it was one of the few things that I could actually enjoy, and I feel that many people could relate to me. Today, in celebration of Piggy's 6th anniversary, I just wanted to share with all of you why I love this game and why I decided to make YouTube content on it in the first place. And yes, this video is inspired by the one created by YouTuber Jotham. Before we begin, however, we must go back to the beginning of Piggy. As for the legend, Roblox user MiniToon was playing Peppa Pig horror games on Roblox with his friends when he figured that he could do it better. On January 2nd, 2020, he began working on Piggy, and just 6 days later, the game finally released. For a while, the player counts would lay stagnant, with little to no users checking out the game. But then, seemingly overnight, the player counts skyrocketed. But why? It's all because of the COVID-19 pandemic. With billions trapped in their homes, unable to contact friends, many began flocking to Roblox in search of something to do with their newfound free time. Hundreds of thousands of people joined Roblox. Eventually, YouTuber Flamingo would create a video on Piggy. The game's initial success is often attributed to that specific video. Now, it's very hard for me to pinpoint exactly when I started following Piggy. It was sometime during the runtime of Book 1, possibly before the City chapter released. At the minimum, though, I began following the game when Creekcraft began playing it. I say following because I didn't actually create a Roblox account until September 2020. Anywho, after I began following Piggy, I absolutely fell in love with it. I drew my own original skins, watched tons of content on it, including its ripoffs, which I'll get into later, and followed the story until the end of Book 2, even tuning into some of Creekcraft's live streams. I even thought of some ideas for some of my own fan games and ripoffs. This game is special to me for a multitude of reasons. Firstly, it really helped distract me from the harsh reality of the COVID-19 pandemic. Secondly, the in-game story and Piggy's history are very interesting to me personally. And finally, Piggy's unique message really stands out to me. Back during the pandemic, Piggy, at least to some, felt almost relatable. In a time of uncertainty and fear, Piggy was a great way to escape the harsh reality of a serious epidemic. Throughout Book 1's runtime, fans enjoyed following the story and even creating some of their own, through content on YouTube, Piggy fan games, and even the Piggy ripoffs or clones. That was something truly magical. Piggy inspired all of these unique clones and ripoffs, enabling people to create new stories. When Piggy was still the biggest game on Roblox, people were fans of its ripoffs too. They didn't send hate to those developers, rather, they supported them. The fact that the Piggy clones were almost just as good as the original game was almost unreal. There was Bakon, Kitty, Guesty, and even Puppet, and that's just scratching the surface. While most ripoffs had similar lore when compared to Piggy's, some games, namely Kitty, had a story that really stood out. And it's not just the ripoffs, of course, for there are also the Piggy fan games. The difference between a clone and a fan game is easy to put into words. Clones take Piggy's core game mechanics and slap a fresh coat of paint over it. New characters, a semi-unique story, and a different style. At least for the most part. Fan games are usually set in Piggy's canon world, but with new characters and a different plot. Unlike fan games, clones aren't set in Piggy's world. While a lot of clones were discontinued or died off, many experienced a decent amount of longevity, still being updated today. Last year, Bakon saw a revival. This quote-unquote Piggy era is how I define the game. Not just by the Piggy game itself, but also its fan games and ripoffs. This era comes to form what I call Piggy's legacy. A legacy that continues to be referenced to this very day. In 2025, a guesty skin was added to the main game. While some may see it as being out of place, it's a cool callback to a bygone era. On top of this, Pig64, a Piggy spin-off, referenced a Piggy fan game that actually rivaled the game at one point. That would be Piggy the Lost Book. The Lost Book was created by Dirt Productions and released in May of 2021. The quality of the game was so great that some thought the game would be better than Piggy. Well, that coupled with its addition of a feature long requested for the main game, the cutscene creator. Pig64 released in 2024, and, at least to me, seems like a very over-the-top attempt at paying homage to the Lost Book. Not only was Pig64 developed by the Lost Book's original creators, but it also frequently references the fan game. from small details in the tapes.
Let me explain. Sorry, I lost my book. There it is.
As well as the inclusion of the Lost Books maps in Pig 64. From the subway to the arcade to the warehouse and even the unreleased fourth chapter, The Bunker. When Pig 64 released in 2024, we got our first good look at the new era of Piggy. Which actually brings me to my next point, the current state of Piggy. It has its pros and it has its cons. On the brighter side, the game has been receiving more updates than it ever has before. New skin quests, build mode updates, and even chapters. Not only that, but we've received even more lore. Unlike Piggy's lore originally, the lore that we receive today allows fans to come together and hold discussions. It gives players a reason to play the game, and to come back when more is added. It's absolutely amazing to see just what MiniToon and the team can do now that they've improved so much. On top of all of this, we've also been receiving more leaks for Piggy Inner City, a spin-off that has been in the works for roughly 5 years. On the less brighter side, we have the Piggy community. While yes, in these past 2 years, we have received lots of good content and new content creators, the community is at one of its lowest points. The Piggy community has become increasingly toxic, which is honestly just heartbreaking to see. Members were publicly complaining about 31 days of free rewards because the 31st wasn't the skin they wanted. Keep in mind that this skin was never confirmed to be arriving in the game. Why people believe this is beyond me. But given Piggy's current state and its past, one can't help but think about what the future holds. In my opinion, it looks bright. If we're lucky, 2 Piggy spin-offs will be released this year, with even more updates to the main game in between. As I discussed in a previous video, which you should totally check out, 2026 has the potential to be one of Piggy's best years yet. If the developers can work to deliver needed and wanted updates to the game, Piggy could see a revival. With the way I see things, this year presents us with the perfect opportunity to introduce more players to Piggy. MiniToon has stated that Piggy Inner City could potentially receive updates for upwards of 5 years, meaning that the story isn't over quite yet. As discussed earlier, Piggy isn't just the game, it's the era it created on Roblox back in its prime, and the lasting impact it continues to have on the platform, even to this very day. Every video, ripoff, fan game, developer, and even community member has shaped a 6-year history, and they will continue to do so. The future seems bright. That is why I love this game. I started creating Piggy content because I truly love the game. Its extensive history and unique message are what stand out to me the most. But what is that message? Throughout the game, we see lots of symbolism. Everything seems to be about the past, memories and how they influence us. Listening to the Piggy songs that have vocals, I believe that Piggy is trying to convey a specific message. That being to let go of the past. Nostalgia can blind us, binding us in metaphorical shackles of lost time. Piggy is a special game, but it can't last forever. That is why we need to cherish what's left of it. We need to remember the past, but we can't dwell on it. As a community, we need to treat each other with respect. While we wish we could change the past, we're past that. Piggy will end eventually, but we've still got a few years ahead of us. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Goodbye.